everybody and welcome back to the FM23 Youth Academy only Guiseley save, and we are into season 38, I think. It's been a long old save. 2060 we're in, which in itself is quite strange. Champions League finalists last year, we lost. It was disappointing, but we're back and we're doing all right this season. Let's go and have a look. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back in, and we are facing off against Celtic in the Champions League as the game in this episode, but we're about 10, 11 games into the season already, so if we dive into the competition screen, we can see here, we're 8th after 10 games, 5 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses, a goal difference of +1 and 16 points, already 11 points off Chelsea and Tottenham, who are sort of joint first, I think we can call them with that. Yeah, a few too many losses this season, but we're losing Chelsea and Arsenal away. I think you can lose to them. Everton seem to have our number. 4-1 they beat us at Goodison Park. And then a disappointing 2-0 loss at home to Crystal Palace was really annoying. 5 wins. We've beaten Liverpool, Newcastle, 2 big teams, Watford, Stoke and Bristol City. And then we've drawn with Man City, 1-1 away. So we have played a good number of big teams, is how I would describe them. The Crystal Palace up there, I say disappointing to lose 2-0. They are up in 4th, so they're having a good time of it as well. In the Champions League, we've played 1-2. We've beaten Bayern Munich 3-2, Man City 3-1, and we've got goal into +3, so we've obviously got a game in hand. If we win this game, technically we could go top of the Champions League stage, so which is good. We aren't in the FA Cup yet. We are in the Carabao Cup. We're going to play Dulwich Hamlet after we beat Chelsea in the 3rd round. So yeah, a little bit annoying really, because we've lost to Chelsea in the league, beaten them in the cup, drew with Man City in the league, beat them in the Champions League. So yeah, the Champions League we're flying, to be honest, because we've beaten Bayern Munich and Man City. So yeah, we just need to bring that form to have a bit more consistency in the league, as they say, because you can see a bit of red on here. It's not been dreadful. It is only 4 losses over the whole season, to be honest, which is Everton, Palace, Arsenal and Chelsea. And a draw against City, so it's really not too bad. We just need to make sure that we're turning it around, going on a run. I mean, we've got games against Celtic, Middlesbrough, Dulwich Hamlet, Plymouth. And then we've got to play Everton in the Champions League phase, which is annoying. The repeat of the final last year. Leeds. So if you take Everton out of it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very winnable games. West Ham will be tough. Tottenham will be very tough. Then you've got a run of Brentford, Wolves, Leipzig, Blackburn, Stoke. That's 5 winnable games in a row. Man United, Arsenal will always be tough. Palace will be tough. Palace, Chelsea, Liverpool will be tough. But Viking will give us a confidence boost. Man United, Porto, Bristol City. And then again, the thing this year, probably for one of the first years I can remember, we've got a relatively good end to the season. Normally we're playing like Newcastle, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, West Ham, all in a row. Whereas this one, we've got Blackburn, Wolves, Brentford in February, which is all winnable. Tottenham, Leeds United, that's, you can pick up 6 points from 9 in that. Middlesbrough, West Ham, Newcastle, City. I mean, we are playing Newcastle, West Ham and City in the same month, but we can get points there. And then Watford and Everton to finish, so points there as well. So a strong finish could be pretty good for us this season. But we are early on in the season. We're going to try and power through this one because we are running out of time before FM24 arrives. And I'm very excited for FM24, but I don't want burnout. I do want to have a little break between this save and FM24 beta being released, which isn't announced yet. But the game is released at the end of October, so it's normally like 2 weeks of beta. So we're really not far off, are we? We're really not far off. I was checking the date then on my other monitor. Not far off. Apologies, no video on Friday. This happened. I've got something called mallet finger in my top knuckle here, where my top knuckle, the tendon connecting it to the finger is completely ripped. So I have no strength in keeping this top bit of my finger up like that. Basically, it droops down. And they think I may have dislocated my middle knuckle as well, playing in goal for my 9-a-side team, which is fun, isn't it? Anyway, enough of my injury worries and my Darren Anderton-like skeletal muscles and skeleton and muscles, but yeah, let's see how we go. We are playing Celtic today. Transfers, that's what we should always do at the beginning of the season, isn't it? Go through who's done what and who's left. Not many people have gone anywhere. Lots of loans out. None there. Did we release anyone of note on a free? I don't think we did, actually. Release players, did we? Oh, yeah, Ben Campbell Scholes went. Never really fulfilled his potential. He went, hasn't found the new club. Ricardo Maddison was in and around the first team. He didn't find a new club. Dylan Chilsom went really good mentals, good physicals, technicals, didn't progress. He's now gone and joined Falkirk in Scotland. And then a number of people, really. Maxim Palamachurk, I think we had high hopes from because those physical stats, he's not, or attributes, he's not really progressed too much. Wolves have taken a punt on him for the under-21s, but I don't really see him progressing into enough of what we need. So a number of players did leave, but none of them really of note, to be honest. The biggest news was that Carlos Victoriano had a £100 million bid on him from West Ham. We accepted it because it was £100 million, and then he basically said in his little thing here, he says like wanted and there's a bid. He was like excited joining West Ham because they're offering more wages. So I rejected the bid. I went in after the date, after accepting it, I then rejected it. And he came to us and was like, why have you done that? They're going to pay me more money. And I went, well, if it's money, we'll just pay you 145 grand. He went, yeah, that'll do it. So he's here. And his personality has now changed to perfectionist as well. So it is very good. All that mentoring stuff is paying off as well. Unfortunately, his media handling is still confrontational, which does cause a few issues, but he has been bloody superb for us ever since he stepped into the first team, really, which was, he made there's 7 games there, he did pretty well, but his first season was in the Premier League, and he's just grown and grown and grown in confidence. So I'm glad that we've kept hold of him and got him on a new contract. It's really good to have him around. So let's go and pick the team for this game against Celtic. Supreme Dave, I've completely forgot to register you for the Champions League stages, so you can't play any of these games. And we do want the win. We want to get momentum going. We're on the back of a 1-0 loss to Chelsea. We want to build it up and get our momentum going. So we are going to go with our strongest back three, which is still the back three we've been playing for seasons, it feels like. I think it was only last season they actually all played together as a back three. But yeah, I do want to keep this going. In the midfield, we'll mix it up a little bit in midfield because I'd like to give some youngsters a go. But we'll keep Klingspor in there next to Joel Paz. I think that's a good little mix that we can put. I might play... Let's bring Mosametti in, actually. He's got a bit more creativity than Paz. So bring him. We're going to start Hamza Luizao on the right. Which is good. Look, he's not even got a real face yet. I've not done the new gen stuff for the new intake, so we need to do that. On the left-hand side, we're going to play Joe Page. And then I think we're going to start Alfakov in the advance role, get his passing ability on the ball. Kazushi is going to play as the advance forward, and then next to him, I was going to play Carney, but Phil Carney's just coming back from injury, so I think we're going to go... Because we still want to win this game, so I think we are going to go Crimson Mori. Jeff Hogg on the bench. Charlie Byrne can't go on the bench. He's ineligible. We'll put Schmidt and we'll put Harv on the bench. Oh, I just took Schmidt off the bench. Supreme Dave is unregistered. Neeson can go on the bench. We'll put Bissett on the bench. Phil Lewis on the bench. Xavi Edwards on the bench. Kai Harding on the bench. Nicholas Myberg on the bench as well. And then we've got 3 other spaces. So let's go for Liam Harvey, who's back in amongst the fold, having a couple of loan spells out. He's come back there. We'll put Aaron Gray on there as well, and then one more space. We'll go to Joel Paz because he was original. Oh, we've got Atli Berge. Ooh. No, we'll give Atli Berge a rest. You've played pretty much every single game in the Premier League this year. Hang on, we've got Kazushi is a little bit tired. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine for at least 45 minutes. So... yeah, it will be good to see how we get on for this one. Question of the day. I haven't thought... what's the worst injury you've ever had? My worst injury I've ever had is I double dislocated my ankle twice. So I double dislocated it, recovered, did all the physio, did all the rehabilitation that I needed to do, and then double dislocated it again and had to have reconstructive surgery. So... that's my worst injury. I've also had reconstructive surgery on my shoulder. I've also had knee surgery. I've broken loads of fingers. That's why I said my Darren Anderton-like body. But yeah, question of the day, what is the worst injury you've ever had, personally? It can range from a stub toe, because there are people I know that just never get injured, and their main things are like bruising and things like that, to a complete fracture or break of a bone. Let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to know these sorts of things. I want to win every match, and this is no different just because we're travelling up to Scotland to go and play the Scottish champions. So here we go. There's the music. It's official. It's the Champions League. They're playing a 3-3-2-2, which is, I don't think, is a formation I've ever come up against in Football Manager. They've probably never come up against a 3-4-1-2 asymmetric. So, yeah, well, you know, we're both in new realms here of tactics. But it is the Champions League. The music blares out. We are at Celtic Park. That guy doesn't have a face. Oh, he does have a face. He was just like that. You can only see the bottom of his chin, which was weird. But yeah, it should be a good game. Celtic are always good in Football Manager. Love the fact their goalkeeper's just wearing completely black. Nothing. Black t-shirt, grey shorts. And we are playing this far too quickly, aren't we? Let's get that speed down a little bit there. Smith into Murray as Celtic come. Oh, we're on balance. That's because we played Chelsea last. Get on positive. Fife shoots from range. Victoriano's like, no, that's going well over the bar. So yeah, it's been an interesting start to the season. I think we need to. Last season, what we did is we started the season so well, it put us on a really good run for the whole season, basically. And I think that's the key to this save. It's like starting the season in good form means that you can then go on that run. And if you start well, the confidence is high and you can do it. What's been annoying about this season is the fact that we have beaten Bayern Munich and Man City in the Champions League and not really taken that form with us. As Alphakoff is in, dinks it over the goalkeeper. It's 1-0 to Guiseley inside 3 minutes in Celtic Park. And we've got this really good form in the Champions League and we're not really taking it with us to the league at the moment. But the league fixtures, the computer system for the league fixture in this save has never really been kind to us. I mean, we had a decent start to the season and then we've just played like Arsenal in the league, Man City in the Champions League, Liverpool in the league, Chelsea in the League Cup and then Chelsea in the league as well. So it is tough. It has been very tough to us in terms of how the fixtures have all been lining up. But here's Greer for Celtic into Fife. Luizao robs him and does well. So Luizao we're interested in seeing today as Kazushi, trying to use his pace, couldn't quite get in from the ball from Crimson Mori. But yeah, Luizao on the right, a youngster who's recently come in to the first team, getting his first game live on camera as that just hits John Carpenter. But he does well. Joe Page squares it. Oh, that's really bad from Joe, and that is a really bad finish from Murdoch. That is awful. Joe Page, you are bailed out by some terrible finishing from up in Scotland. We're 1-0 up. We're away from home. Let's give him some praise. The system is still working. We haven't gone into this season with any sort of tweaks, and normally we tweak something a little bit, but we haven't this season. I think last season was so successful, good save Victoriano, last season was so successful in terms of Champions League runners-up and runners-up in the, third in the league I think we finished, but we were only 3 points off winning it, that I sort of felt like the system didn't need any tweaking. Maybe it does. It's a huge deflection from Rory Fife, and he's claiming that one. The deflection completely wrong-footed Victoriano. You can see here, McLean put in the corner. It was headed away well at the back post. Fife has a shot. He's claiming that goal, but it looked like it definitely hit that guy, Smith. But computer says no. It says we'll give that one to Fife, and it's 1-1 up in Scotland as Altuve brings this one out from the back into Luizao. Luizao back to Tufe. He's given it away, but Klingspor comes and mops it up. Mosametti, Crimson Mori. There are runners in front. He tried to find Joe Page. Couldn't quite get the pass right. Great header from Joseph. Here's Sutherland. Back to McKenna. They go long. Joseph covers it well, but Murdoch picks up the ball. Into McLean. Up to Greer. Greer on the left. Into Sutherland. Is this going to be a quick-fire double from Celtic? There's no marking in the middle, so it could be. McLean probably should have scored. He heads it over the bar. Celtic showing why they can cause us some trouble. So we've gone very quiet since scoring that first goal, and Celtic are actually dominating this game, which is a little bit of a concern. As I said, we've been generally, the system's been playing really well for us. Maybe it's a personnel thing. Maybe we're just not as good when we start chopping and changing the personnel. The other thing about last season is that we got very, very lucky with injuries. I don't know why I'm on this. Let's go. Let's just go on. Do the classic. You can do it. Yeah, last season we got very, very lucky with injuries. Maybe as well we need to go back to having more Crimson Mori, Jeff Hogg, and Phil Carney out here. I've gone back to trying to play Phil Carney sort of through the middle as the striker to get him back in the goals, but I don't think it's really working. We're on the hour mark, and it's been a pretty poor game from our point of view. Right, we'll do Klingspor off. Matthew Bissett can come on there. We'll do Kazushi off. Let's bring Jeff Hogg on. We'll swatch those two over. Get Crimson Mori in that advanced forward role where he was scoring so many goals last season. And then we'll do Mosametti for not Liam Harvey. Joel Paz. Yeah, Joel Paz can come on in there as well. So 3 subs on the hour. And we'll see what we can do. Just bringing on a bit more of our... Yeah, I think we have brought on big names for us there. Matthew Bissett is probably the person that has the least amount of football of those subs coming on, but it's still a good job. Right, El Toufe can come off for Xavi Edwards, and Phil Lewis is going to come on for John Carpenter at the back. Phil Lewis has actually been doing a good job coming on as that left-sided centre-back previously, so we'll see how it goes. John Carpenter up to Joe Page, into Alphakoff, back to Paz. There is a bit of space in front. He holds it up well, goes out to El Toufe. El Toufe into Joseph, into Paz again. Good touch and pass to El Toufe. Into Luizao. Luizao back to El Toufe. We're keeping the ball really well. We do this. As Luizao goes over the top, and it was a lovely little knock. I feel like could have been a bit more alive to that on the right. That's McPherson clearing it away with a long ball. Joseph wins the header. Matthew Bissett brings it down, but is robbed by Sutherland, and Murdoch comes forward. McLean into Sutherland. Shot from range. That's very easy for a world-class goalkeeper like Carlos Victoriano, which is what we've got in net at the moment. But yeah, this hasn't been a very good performance. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. I was expecting a hell of a lot more against Celtic. I thought it would be fun to come back. We've never played Celtic in this series, but it's going to be a pretty meagre 1-1 draw, which is really disappointing. 4 shots to 16. They've absolutely battered us. I'm going to say that I don't like that. I don't like what I just saw from that team. I'm really not happy with that performance. And yeah, I don't think we need to change the system. I shouldn't need to change the system from last year. FM doesn't have a learning AI that learns your system and then counters it. It doesn't work like that. So once you have a good system, you should be pretty set for it to work. The only thing we could potentially do is add in. And I was actually chatting to someone on Discord about this. We could potentially add in a few more, some player instructions. So again, I haven't done this so far. We can get the advanced forward to take more risk. That means try and beat the offside trap a little more. We could get our Segundo Volantes pushing up a little bit higher as well. Get them to be a little bit more aggressive. In fact, now we've actually got better players. We could potentially get stuck in quite a lot. We could go to that, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Middlesbrough in 3 days, that should be a win. We should be all right, but we're going to go all the way through to youth intake day in March, so we'll be coming back a long way through the season, and we can go through and see how we are getting on. We did have just a bit of background information for you. We did have training facility upgraded in the recent as well, so we're up to 20 with that, but they still won't do the youth facilities, which is a little bit annoying, but we're keeping them at a very good level. Youth recruitment and junior coaching obviously very, very high. We are now getting to a place where our media prediction is mid-table, so the reputation of the club is coming up, and we are 74. So in 2060 I'm going to be 74. That makes me feel very, very old, to be honest, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we put a bit of a run together now, taking on who we've got Middlesbrough, Dulwich Hamlet, Plymouth, yeah, as we said. And then hopefully a good December as well. Not many hard games in December. Man United and Arsenal are the main ones, but I think that could be key. Get on a run in December, sets you up nicely for the second half of the season, doesn't it? So thank you so much for watching. A little short video today. I've just got to make a rush because I'm working lots and I've got lots of other things going on. Go and check out the new FIFA series, or no, go check out the new EAFC series on the second channel, where we're doing a youth academy save on EAFC, which is exciting. So please do go check that out. Leave me a comment down below for the question of the day. What's the worst injury you've ever had? And I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.